What's up, YouTube? Now let's just get straight into this long form video of my Ross haul. And best believe it ain't a horror haul this time. This is just of things that I'm listed already on eBay and I'm hoping that will sell. And I'm not going on eBay and listing stuff for outrageous numbers. I went online and just to see if Tails was doing any traction online, and best believe this sucker's selling for $45. It's a bunch of items already sold anywhere from 25, 35 to 45 to even $55. People are calling this figure rare. And I seen about 7 or 8 of them at this location in Alameda that I went to just a couple days ago. And best believe I listed this for 20 bucks even. I just want $20 and $7 shipping and whatever. So someone's going to get this for 30 bucks. And best believe it's probably going to be someone in a different country because Jake Pacific sells really well and it'd be going to a third party delivery. So best believe that's someone in a different country. Yeah. How cool is that? Jake Pacific Tales is going for $45. So if you see this, pick this sucker up. Put this to your collection. Put it up. I don't want to put it up. I don't want it to my collection. So I listed it immediately, but I couldn't resist not to buy it for $7. It was a $7 figure just like this. And this ain't going near what that one's going for. So I listed this one for 13 bucks. Let's go. We're just trying to make a couple bucks back. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make my $7 back and a few change. Let's just get straight into these other find. And that was Deadpool. Check this guy out. And we'll go back over with everything after I present each one of these. And we'll talk about what's going on and how my eBay is going. And it's going really slow. So I had to spend some money to try to make some money. But the money I'm spending is not worth these flips. I'm spending $7. That's $21. Damn near like $24, $25 after tax. Maybe 26. You know what I mean? So I paid 26 for these 3 figures, and my goal is to make some money off of it. You know what I mean? And I'm barely even doing that. But this is all a hobby, and this is all just for fun. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you never know. Maybe someone in a different country or maybe in a different state don't have a Ross where they could go pick up these cool things and they no longer are going to Target or these ain't at Target right now or wherever they go and these are not on market anymore and so they're going eBay to see if they can find one of these and that's where I come into play. I'm not trying to knock your head off or overcharge you for a collectible. Even if it's worth money, I'm still not going to overcharge you. And that's what I've been trying to provide, that kind of service. And lately, things are selling, but it's not the things that I'm picking up. And I'm like, damn, dude, it's things that I already have. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting kind of desperate and I'm trying to list 20 things each week or every other week just to keep the momentum going. And best believe eBay is shade D. I'm ready to take all my toys and basically relist them onto a different platform to see and charge more money for it because eBay is competition. It's all these same toys on there, and motherfuckers are some people selling them hella low, some people selling it hella high. I'm barely in the middle. I'm just trying to make a few measly dollars, if that, and really, I just want to have fun. So I get kind of depressed when I don't have any eBay sales because I want to be busy. So maybe that's me needing just to get a real another extra side job, but I think I'll be more miserable. That's why I'm doing YouTube, I'm doing Instagram, and I'm reselling and selling on eBay to basically make up for all that. And eBay is, but it's not at all. You know what I mean? It could be doing a lot better, but it's my own fault because it's my own fault. If I list more stuff, you know what I mean, more stuff will sell. So I just need to keep the listing. And I'm not promoting anything. I don't want to promote anything because that's just too much money they're taking out already. So everything I'm selling is straight on GP on my own, just listing things and putting the correct name and trying to sell things for cheap. You know what I mean? When I was in the game, my hustle was a little different. You know what I mean? It sold itself. You know what I mean? But I used to love doing sales or just hooking people up. It just made my business thrive. You know what I mean? I know how to make a business thrive, and that's basically doing the little extra for these people and going out the way. And that's what I'm trying to provide on eBay. And it's a lot of people probably already doing that. and I just want to be seen. You know what I mean? I just want my stuff to be seen and put out there. But, I'm not tripping. It's a hobby at the end of the day. But once that hobby start making money, I see the ching ching, it blows up in my eyes, and I got money fetishes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would love to make money, but not in a legal kind of way. So this is what I'm doing, and I'm trying to, and I have money, I'm just saving for a house and think about buying one in Pennsylvania, just to get out of California, because there's no way I could thrive in California. And so I have to leave California just so I could thrive. But until then, I need to just take advantage and just have trust and faith in myself. I need to clean up my shed just so I could and get some totes and just I have more space. You know what I mean? And I could just start buying whatever I think will sell. And if it's dirt cheap, grab it. You know what I mean? And just start listing everything. And it will sell. Things will sell. After listing like 20 things, 30 things, bam, you might get 5 or 6 sales right there. Bam, 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 bam. Profits start coming in. But, when I'm not listing, I ain't doing nothing. Ain't nothing going on eBay. I ain't getting no sales. So if you want to make money on eBay, best believe you got to put in the work and you got to continue to find stuff and list. So it's good to have all the sources and stuff like that. And I'm just learning about all this kind of stuff. I just jumped into eBay game just not knowing anything. I was just buying stuff at Ross and had hit at a 49 cent one time, and not one of those things I picked up at 49 cent has sold. So best believe, and that's like Funko games, anything Funko games and stuff like that. Ain't nobody buying that stuff. They'll buy the Funko sodas and stuff like that and Funko Pops, but they ain't buying no Funko game cards. I'll tell you that. And so yeah, we live and we learn. It's just a journey. And I'm taking that journey and I want to share that journey with others. And just so it may inspire them, whatever, inspire them to go do whatever they want to do on their self. If that's making videos, if that's going on toy hunts and picking stuff up, or if that's even picking up an instrument and playing it or getting behind a video, do it. Do it. If it's drawing on a piece of paper and doing your art, do it. You know what I mean? Just do something for yourself that makes you feel good, because all I do is go to work for somebody else and basically making these other people rich, and I'm sick of it, and I just want to be on my own and work on my own. And I'm going to continue to upload and try to push things through the algorithm to see what hit. Even if I have to start doing documentary kind of things, like taking my time, doing the research, having stuff like doing a real full blown video from step to step, an intro and all that bull crap. You know what I'm saying? I'm not dumb. I see how people do things. I'm just trying to do it my own way. And if my own way doesn't work and people don't feel the realness of what's going on in this new age of time that we're moving in, to a digital kind of world where people don't even look at each other, they're have their earbuds in and they're staring off, and because people are so awful to each other in person, they don't want to deal with anybody. People are rather be on there. And so I understand what's going on in the world, and I'm just moving in the direction of peer support and having peers online. And I get it, you know what I mean? And I want to be a part of that. And so I'm going to share myself with you guys. And I would love to grow this channel and take it to a whole nother atmosphere, because I'm down for that. I'm down to put in the work and I'm down to do the stuff other people won't do. You know what I mean? And that's the truth. And hit them with the truth, the honesty, even if it makes it uncomfortable. You have to hit the people with the honesty. And there ain't a lot of people out there that truly lives by their heart and how they go, and just by being an honest person. I lived a crooked life my whole life, and I could notice deception from a mile away. So you can't fool me, someone that's been there, done that, been, try to off himself and never could complete it, and basically been halfways. And, it's just a crazy lifestyle that I chose to live from the age of 14 to the age of 33. I've been out the game 6 years, and that's in this 6 years I have found myself. And myself, I'm a dork, I'm a nerd, I had a mask for years, and I just wish I could have did it sooner. But I'm 40 years old and I'm still collecting toys. Let's get it. I shared a little extra about myself, but that's what you're gonna get, if basically more, if I really become successful. I could tell you guys my stories and the grit and the grime, and I just won't say no names, but I could. tell you guys of some dark stuff that you won't get from anywhere else, and it's real true stuff that really happened. And I don't want to share it, but if that's gonna bring me in some moolah and stuff like that and some content, let's get it. Hey, keep it spooky, peeps.